What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch the third episode of the Pacific. Last episode, Manny got sadly already. No. Sledge. Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know the order of events here. I would assume that Sledge is, going to join us in this mission. You know what I mean? He's going to join the Marines. I don't know if it'll be something to where like we have like a year time skip. And he just, he's there, and you know what I mean? He's joined, or we're going to see him go through training or anything like that. I kind of want to see him go through training. I want to see, like, this is going to sound wild. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see every point of him. I want to see the ups. I want to see the downs. I want to see the struggles. Maybe some regrets. The pride of joining. I want to see everything with him. I'm very interested for his character. But other than that, obviously, you guys know me. I'm going to yap a lot at the end of the episode, and probably a lot throughout, if I'm not crying or depressed or in awe of something. So I want to hop straight into it. If you guys do like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I have got the full-length reactions up on Patreon. I am already a decent amount of episodes ahead by now. If you check the YouTube comments, it'll say the exact episode that I'm currently on. And if you enjoy the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Let's get into it. Let me tell you what, okay? If we're getting into some personal information here, okay? Nothing better than an Australian accent. I'll tell you that right now. Is this their first sort of experience being hailed like that? Obviously, they were told by that cook that they were heroes in the newspapers, but why are they singing like it's a slogan to, you know what I mean? A slogan to like a game show. Oh, jeez. You'll be directed by your company. Let's go. Grab those packs. I mean, maybe it's... Is this classified as a 5-star hotel for the Marines? Looks kind of cool. Melbourne, here we come. Oh my god. We're getting drunk, we're getting game, and we're getting into fights, I would assume.
Rum? Vodka, rye, brandy.
God damn. We've got a smorgasbord here.
You're supposed to be in Africa fighting Rommel.
Well, somebody has to keep the peace at home. Let you Yanks get your proper R&R. Quite a lot
Dude,
of you here now.
Australian voices are the best.
Of thousands. How many, mates?
Man or woman?
Cricket team. Enough to make our beer run dry. Now girls run loose. Have to fuck the king himself to find a taxi you warriors haven't commandeered.
I'd say it's a bit more like a game of roaches. Every step we take, and bloody hell, there's another Yank under our boot.
We already get into a fight?
One Yank we don't have to worry about anymore.
Hey, word for us.
Why is this man an evil supervillain?
Yes, you stupid fuck.
You little pussy shooting at me? What do you mean? Shit felt like a little girl.
One hits the Terps. First thing out, he's having a blue. You know, another dumb drunk that thinks he can fight. Let us buy you the next round of drinks. Otherwise, what kind of host would we be? Alan, another round of drinks for the Cowboy Yanks.
The fuck is wrong with that guy, dude?
Stop, Yank here. Oh.
As Yank here. Hello, hello. An American looking for some game.
Hey, beautiful.
Huh?
Are you proposing already, Yank?
I'm proposing that you take a walk with me. You never know.
Hey, she's kind of rizzy.
Oh, ma'am, miss, I'm a foreigner on your shores. Forgive my ignorance of your customs, but my invitation remains on offer.
Old guy's going, damn, back in my day.
You're a bold
I would have thought of that one.
See you in the light of day. Collect me at home.
Hey! Hold up, man.
I'm Stella. In case you were wondering what to call me.
Please don't die of any Anyway, Stella.
Thank you very much. That made my night. That made my night.
Hey, let me tell you what, that one that made my night, that one that made my week, that made my fucking decade. Dude, these guys look absolutely horrendous. Dude, this is crazy. These guys are the protectors of our country.
Stumbling around camp like the town's stiff is not acceptable behavior. Not anymore.
Can't help but notice I'm not alone in this, sir.
Well, you are in one respect.
Always gonna be held to higher standards.
You are about to be awarded the Medal of Honor.
Wow.
Congratulations, old man. You're about to go where very few Marines have ever been.
Hey, not on my desk, motherfucker.
The highest honor that our country can award a serviceman. And from now on, you try to act like it's yours.
Hey, man, I like Pooler, man. You don't seem like no so bell, I'll tell you that.
Article 1, general provisions, hands off the merchandise.
You've memorized this?
See, I'm the merchandise.
Hands off, aye, sir.
Article 2, hands off the merchandise.
Okay, I wonder what Article 3 is gonna be.
Article 3, punishment for violating 1 and 2.
It'll be swift and unflinching.
Like, what, a gun to the head?
The glass without spilling. That's right. Take your time.
Little slower, man.
Just pulled up. You gotta get out of here. Every Marine in this place is AWOL.
Say that's why they're here.
I would say it's the beauty of showing, a show like this, showing such historical moments.
In this establishment will produce a Liberty Pass or will return immediately to his billet.
Jesus Christ. Because obviously we're going to jump back, and we've already seen some horrific fighting. We're going to see some horrific fighting. We're going to see some death, some emotional moments, some connections. But we're also going to see, you know what I mean, like happy moments. Or having some fun, or taking a break. And I like that part. Again, these are obviously based off of real humans, but still as a TV show with actors, you need to present them like characters, and that's the best way to make you really care for these people. Am I involved? Am I invited? Can I salute? So slick. She'll never suspect a thing.
This is Bob.
Lecky. Bob Lecky.
Shake hands with my father, Baba.
What a grip! An American grip, eh?
This guy's awesome.
This is my mama.
This is a Yank. Skin and bones. Like a skeleton. Huh? Like a rail.
Αυτός έκλεψε μερικά τριάντα.
I wanted to make a joke like this is the classic the classic trick that all the guys do.
Thought you were going for a stroll.
Good news, Bob. You're staying for dinner.
I am.
One word of an American coming to call. That was that.
Hey,
It's like a Thanksgiving.
I'll take it. I want the meal more. Look at me. I want the meal more than anything.
But we made it down to the docks. We swam to a ship. The captain took us on board and sailed us to Piraeus.
You talk about tough motherfuckers. Yeah.
He saved our lives.
Immigrants.
But
I'm badass.
our home was gone. So, where do we go? We come here. We live, we work, we find love.
I don't know if this will make sense to anyone, but I love learning about stories or people, who travel like the world. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I'm in, America. I'm in, New Jersey. I know a couple people who came from somewhere, or, I mean, I know a lot of, Puerto Rican people and all that. But like, I love hearing about like, oh, this person from Turkey lives in Chile. Like, I don't know. I like that.
I was last. Last is least.
Oh, Bob, you know nothing. By the time I met Nicola, it was almost too late to make babies.
Yeah, not that we didn't try.
Yeah, my boy.
That girl in the kitchen, my only blessing. I prayed for more, but God said no. Nothing you could do in Corseno.
By the end of the season, he's gonna have accumulated 10 foreign girlfriends. They're all gonna converge on him.
You can help clear the vines from the roof.
Yes, you will do that. You will make.
He's already they're already getting married. Let me fog up my glasses, man. Clean them off. Was he? Jesus, it looked like a ghost was converging on him. Oh, close your mouth, dude. I can't blame him. I can't blame him. But you gotta lock in. Yeah, I love seeing stuff like this. You know what I mean? I talked about it at the end of last episode, to where I liked the first, couple episodes of Band of Brothers, but I really didn't feel like it got to be like 10 out of 10 amazing television until it really started focusing on characters. And I feel like this episode has done a lot for me, for Lecky and John. I keep wanting to get John and Bob's names confused because they're the most basic names in the history of the English language. God damn, what's the time go? Is this the longest sex scene I've ever seen? I mean, I ain't complaining. No, I'm joking.
Okay. Sure, me too. But even Americans need,
Oh, I would wait before they reload. Yeah, it's okay.
This is the most romantic person of all time. Oh, no, she's second. Second to only Claire from The Bear.
Not exactly a Judge Hardy family. I swear. I'm just waiting for the clock to hit midnight and my sanity bell goes ringing.
I had a brother who died too.
You did?
Oh my god, we're gonna bond over.
No one talks about him. When he was a baby, just a few days old, and didn't live. My ma got sick and wasn't able to have any more.
No. This is gonna make this shit even more horrifying when some fucked up shit happens to Lecky, or he dies, or this or that. Because I just want him to fucking live his life happy as hell. Fuck the rest of the show. I just want to watch a love story, man. No, I'm joking.
Heroic story attached to it, like yours.
Marketing.
I don't feel like a hero, sir.
That's what I said last episode.
All right. Like, think of us out there on that line. All right? You know what we need. New weapons, new gear, better motor training.
We're gonna brand you. You got to get us our shit, man.
Selling U.S. war bonds is just as important, just as life-saving as what you did on Guadalcanal. Now pack your sea bag. You're going home.
Home?
How many U.S. war bonds are you going to sell stomping around the Solomons with us?
Jesus.
Real silk. I'll wear them only for you.
Damn! Man, screw the Marines! Screw the U.S. I'm moving here.
Alexis Stavropoulos.
What happened to Alexis? Τι έπαθε ο Alexis?
Don't drop the bread.
I grew up with Alexi. He lived 2 streets over.
Change your shit, Nicola. Uite că ne spana copita.
No, I got goosebumps. This is one of the most... This episode is really good. You know what I mean? Like I said, and episodes like this, they're going to make the future episodes even better, if that makes any sense. It's like a double use of an episode. I'm just gonna go back. Where you been, Lucky? You ain't going, but I have a wife. I have 3 kids.
Do you go to church, Bob?
St. Mary's?
What kind of church?
Catholic. I like the early morning mass.
How are we going to make it through these years if we don't pray?
We're
so lucky to have you with us, Bob. To have
this is so beautiful. What has happened?
Stella, she likes you. Baba, he always wanted a son like you.
Look, man, if it was me, I'm staying. Can you stay?
You come back to us.
I would not put money on it, to be quite honest with you, but I joked earlier in the episode, but by the end of the season, this man's gonna be writing 10 letters each night to different women. What's wrong with you, dude? Man, fuck this guy.
Be given 1 sack of uncooked rice. A Japanese soldier can live on that for 3 weeks.
We getting it to 4?
We'll march the 100 miles back to Melbourne and be in the arms of your Aussie girlfriends in 3 days.
God damn.
Fall in, column of 2.
Hold up, that's kind of, that's some good training right here. Let them simmer with their babes for a little bit, get them connected to the area, want to get back with the luxury and the comfort. Bring them to bumfuck nowhere and say, get back.
H21, drop your cocks and grab your socks. Formation in 20 minutes.
Drop your cocks?
On your feet, let's go,
Oh, wake up? Never heard of that before.
First.
You two were in Australia with all these fucking wild ass beasts. Jesus Christ, man. I don't want to see this shit. Stop it! Stop it!
Sweet Jesus, that feels good.
Youch. He'd added a fucking Tom and Jerry ass scream.
You have to go away, Bob. Please don't come here anymore.
What happened?
I told Mama and Bubba already that you got your orders and you left. You couldn't say goodbye.
You lied?
I'm fairly crazy about you, Robert.
Don't want
I think you know that.
to lose him?
I thought so, yeah.
Or don't want to get close to him and lose him?
No, no.
You're not.
Bob, you and I aren't going to have a family. And we're not going to get married. And you were never coming back to Melbourne.
Yes. But if it was me, I'm going MIA.
Bob.
It's not that simple, but
If you don't come back to us,
I'm supposed to live my life with raising your kid?
don't just lose you. Mama does too.
No.
I can't do that to her. And
Are you losing enough people? Make a promise right here. I swear to God, you survive this. Come right back here. I'll be waiting for you.
She's lost so much already, Bob. She's praying for you to come back to us.
She can save her breath.
Lashing out. It's fine. Again, it sucks. Right thing, probably, but why is everyone walking up so evil?
Manning this fucking post, Lieutenant.
Are you out of your
I'm the fucking guy on guard,
You
dude.
pull a
You
fucking
fucking
sidearm
asshole.
on a-
Lieutenant, I went for a quick piss. Lucky was just covering. Fucking prick!
Stand at attention.
Fuck you! I said stand at attention! I said fuck you!
Jesus, that guy looks like fucking Guy Pearce. I feel like Lecky is someone who had relatively no love, and obviously, you know, you heard of his family. No love, no connection. Sort of longing for that, and you get a taste of that, and then rightfully so, you get shut down. But still, he's gonna lash out at it.
I'm on orders from 2nd Marine Division. Lieutenant Lebec has got the platoon now, and I want him to inherit a solid outfit, so I volunteered you for reassignment to the battalion intelligence section.
You're booting us?
Jesus.
Lecky.
Looks like a kid in a candy store. This is a really beautiful episode of television. And I don't want to talk like too crazy out of my ass. Like One of the top 3 episodes of Band of Brothers or Pacific for me, probably.
Jab zeros, finally.
I really like this for some reason. Well, I know my reasons, but...
Probably give you another medal. You gonna look up Katie, right?
First chance I get.
I've been sending my poker winnings home to her.
Hey, 700 that's mine.
May I join in? I want to join in. This music is killing too. Hey, like this is like make you tear up music. I'm holding on strong, but that was such a good episode. Easily my favorite episode of the show so far. I keep going seasons. I feel like, you know what I mean. Band of Brothers and Pacific Masters are like they're season 1, 2, and 3. Obviously that's not the case. But just mentally, I keep getting it. You know, sort of subconsciously slipping, if that makes any sense. It did exactly what Band of Brothers did. It did exactly what I wanted it to do in the sense of, and again, I obviously this is a historical thing. You know what I mean? These are actors playing real people. But looking at it from the, you know, this is a show, this is a story. Something I've always said as someone who, you know, who has a film degree, who wants to be, you know, an author one day, screenwrite maybe. I don't just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just watch people shoot guns at each other. Like, you don't get emotionally connected to or really care about stuff. I mean, like, obviously, like, I would be, you know what I mean? I would understand the situation. I would be happy, not happy. I would be sad, or, you know, if people died or anything like that. But the way that you really make me, like tug on my heartstrings, make me really connected with what's going on, is you show some in-depth character, you know what I mean? Growth, some relationship changes, just seeing how people operate mentally. And I thought that this episode did a fantastic sort of job with that. I feel like, you know what I mean? Lucky, again, I don't want anyone, because some people, I'll be honest, they're kind of weird. Like, if I describe Lucky as like saying like, oh, he's a character, they'll go, he was a real fucking yeah, and I understand that, okay? But this is a show. I'm going to talk about them like they're a character, okay? But, you know, his showing his character to me, maybe, I don't necessarily want to say fall in love with him, but, you know, like, really, really like him. It's so interesting, too, and, you know, I'll talk about the Barcelona stuff. Like, that's the part that just kind of, like, I don't know how to describe it. And, you know, obviously I'm not a master, and I'm not going to be able to sort of say it out loud in the best way. I don't want anyone to overreact to what I'm saying, but like that's the thing that I hate about war, and to be quite honest, I hate about, you know, armies and Marines or Air Force or whatever, something like that. You know what I mean? You get a medal for something so heroic, and then you're essentially just, you know, being used for you know what I mean, propaganda or getting money or anything like that. And yes, like I understand, like, we need money if we're going into war, but also, it's like a never-ending cycle. We need money to war, but to war. We need money to war. We need money to go to war and have weapons and shit like that, but also, I don't like war. But it's a, you know what I mean? The cause is good, but I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to verbalize, if that makes any sense. It's, I don't know. To me, well, again, that's a, you know, Barcelona said, you know, he doesn't feel like a hero, you know, because that's the thing too. These people who are in these sort of situations, even if they kill a lot of people or they save someone's life or they do this, they're always gonna, like, this isn't, you think about like your regular ass job, you know what I mean? You work at a fucking office or fast food, you know, something simple like that. And you make a mistake, and you know, feel really bad. You make a mistake, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Like, you fuck something up, so your coworker has to pick up the slack, and you're like, oh, I kind of feel bad. When you're in the army, same sort of situation, except it's amplified so much more. Imagine you're Army, Marines. I know, I don't know. I don't know the difference. I know some people don't like it when I say Army and the Marines and this. I don't know. But when you're in the military, I think that's the word I should be using. Like, when you're in the military and you make a mistake, that mistake can lead to people's deaths. So, you know what I mean? Like, just think of when you're on your regular job and you make a mistake, you think about it so much. These people, they think about it all the fucking time. How are they going to call me a hero when yet I didn't save this person, or I made this mistake, or I didn't do this? So, I don't know. It's slow torture. These guys are going through slow torture. You know? Getting back to the Lucky stuff, and like, I genuinely, like, I did not expect that. Like really, like that was a fucking beautiful, obviously some heartbreaking too, but I mean a absolutely beautiful like hour of television. And like really, like I'm just thinking about Band of Brothers, and I don't think that there was an episode that was like 90% like, oh my god, wow, this is kind of beautiful. You know what I mean? Obviously they had a lot of fun, great, hopeful moments, and then Band of Brothers immediately juxtaposes it with the real fucking shit that killed everybody. But this episode made me a big fan. It's the same thing that I said with episode 1 and 2 and of Band of Brothers, and I said it since the beginning of Band of Brothers when I watched it, that Band of Brothers is a show that gets better on each rewatch. It's a show that sort of rewards you for understanding certain things because it doesn't hold your hand. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, I'm really good with names and character and faces and all that, but when the way that they do it, it's so like nonchalant. Like, yeah, here's 50 characters. Yeah, of course, we're in the middle of this. So by the end of the season, yeah, I'll probably remember a fuck ton of them. But towards the beginning, you know what I mean? It doesn't hold your hand to be like, hey, this is this person, this is this person. So at points it could be kind of hard to connect with, the characters, the people that I'm seeing. But on a rewatch, when you're used to people and you know what I mean, the personality traits, this, that, it's almost like you know what I mean, you're picking up on small details or things you missed on the first time. It's the same exact thing with this show. I said for Band of Brothers that to me Band of Brothers felt like a show, and I'm sure that a lot of you watching these reactions have the same sort of feelings towards it. In that it's like you watch it like once every 2 years. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a ritual. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, haven't watched Band of Brothers. I haven't watched The Pacific for a while. Let me tune in. You know what I mean? To sort of not only just see some of the historical aspects or details from these moments, but also to to cry, to laugh, to have fun, to it's everything. Because that's something too I talk a lot about on the channel, and again, looking at this from the perspective of the fact that it's a TV show, which that's something I hope you guys that watching, I really want people to understand this. I'm not in the military. I'm not a Marine. I'm not any of that. So my immediate gut reaction is to look at this like a story, like a TV show, and see how it connects to what I'm feeling or what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I don't want anyone to think I'm disrespecting anyone for calling it a show or anything like that. But like, the reason that I think that these shows, Band of Brothers, The Pacific, I would assume Masters of the Air, are some of the best shows ever made, is because, like I said, they make you feel so many emotions. They make you feel every single emotion. And the reason that this show does that so well is because it's so real. It's showcasing real humans, you know what I mean? And humans are complex, and they have feelings, and they go through different emotions, and they go through ups and downs. And I feel like that's, you know what I mean? You get that full punch right to your throat in this because of how, you know what I mean? I think I either talked about last episode or this or earlier in the episode, something about like war sort of multiplies. It emphasizes certain things, like emotions. You know what I mean? You just think you're going on your normal day, and you know what I mean. Something bad happens, you feel bad. Something good happens, you feel good. Multiply that tenfold if you're in the military or the army or whatever, Marines. You know what I mean? Having a bad day at work, your bad day at work is the equivalent of what? You know what I mean? Something stupid. Bad day at work here, your friend fucking dies in front of you. You do this, you do that. The emotions are at an all-time high. You're away from your family, you're away from your friends. You've got to sort of, hang out with these people, and obviously very quickly, when you go through trauma with someone, you quickly bond. They become your brother. But it's still an adjustment process, in my opinion. And so I like seeing these certain things. Again, I said it in the middle of the episode, seeing sort of a quiet or cool down episode like this, it not only shows you sort of the mental states and how real people act in this sort of thing. Like, yes, okay, people who are fighting in a fucking war, the minute that they get a chance to have sex or drink or party or sneak out or do, you know what I mean? The minute that they can do that, they're gonna take advantage of it. Just to feel alive, just to, you know what I mean? Well, maybe this is the last time I can ever do this. Let me, you know what I mean? So it's so real. It's so, you connect with it so much. And And then even something like, you know what I mean, like a mini love story. And you know, obviously, I kept joking, you know. And again, I'll repeat, I'm not in the military. I never will be in the military. These guys are, you know, more strong-willed than I am. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm joking. That's my dream right there. I'm going missing. I'm leaving I'm leaving the Marines. I'm staying there. I'm living my life. I'm having a good time. But you know, from Stella, I believe her name is. I'm sorry if I forgot her name. I think it was Stella. From her perspective, that's the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's the thing that sucks because Lucky is genuine. Like you saw, he was rizzy. He was nice. He was, you know what I mean? Gave gifts. He is a really good man. You know what I mean? But that's not, you know what I mean? Life is life. You know, you meet so many people in your life, you don't immediately sort of, I don't know, and maybe some of you guys have some beautiful love stories or anything like that, but you don't immediately go, okay, I'm going to drop everything that I know and be with this person, or I'm going to look at some of the obvious flaws in this relationship that could arise from the fact that he might fucking die. So, I loved it. I loved that episode. I really did. It gave me goosebumps a lot. The music was incredible. Like I said, I jokingly, and it's sort of like a recurring thing on this channel lately. I feel like, you know, for the first like 20 years of my life, I didn't really buy into romance or, you know what I mean, any of that stupid stuff. You know, in TV shows, obviously, TV shows, movies, entertainment, it never really hit me. But for like since I started this channel, man, there's been like a whole bunch of love stories or love episodes or relationships that I just immediately start swooning over. Like, oh my god. And I liked it. Two very charismatic characters who had great chemistry. I loved it. This is a great episode. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I said this in Band of Brothers. And again, I want everyone to understand. I know that this is history, but I'm looking at it through the lens of it being a television show. Action, like fighting, it's never really been the thing that I look for immediately. It's not like the first thing that I go, okay, I want to watch this show because it has good fighting. That's never been my forte, so to speak. I like character development and, you know, dialogue and all that. Now, we'll be honest, Band of Brothers did have a couple action moments where I was like, holy shit, like in awe, like, you know what I mean, in awe or horrified or, you know, all of these different emotions. But I think it's a strength of these shows that, yes, this is sort of like a dramatization of history. You know what I mean? It's real. There's no like made up fucking, you know, hugely made up storylines, I would assume. Normally you'd go into a show like this and think, okay, well, if we're making normally you go into a show like this and the creators would be like, okay, well, we're making a war show. Let's make every single fucking minute of this, you know, piece of entertainment about war, about fighting, about shooting guns. No. Give me a full goddamn episode of character development, some beautiful stuff, sort of the calm before and after the storm. I loved it. I really did. This made, I'm hyped. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm hyped because people are going to fucking die. I don't know. That was a really good episode. I cannot wait to continue watching the season with you guys. If you guys liked the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I have got the full-length reactions up on Patreon. I am probably a decent amount of episodes ahead by now. If you're interested in the exact episode I'm currently on, go check the YouTube comments. And the most important thing, the final thing, if you enjoy my content, you like my commentary, or you like making fun of the fact that I'm stupid, or anything like that, please subscribe. It really does help me out. Again, I would really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in a week. You guys have a good one.